In this episode, last time I talked about this forgotten toy topic, I kind of caught some heat. So, I thought as a compromise, we would talk about this topic's villains. So, stick around. Dorks and Dorkettes, and welcome to Nostalgia Syndrome. My name is Rob, and in this episode, like I mentioned, when I talked about this forgotten toy topic before, I caught a lot of heat. Not a lot of heat, but some heat. And that was because I was talking about girls' toys. Now, I thought this is something I would like to revisit. I mean, I have plenty of notes on the topic of forgotten girls' toys. So I thought as a good compromise, we would focus on forgotten girls' toy villains. So, without further ado, let's get to our first villainess at number 1. Our first forgotten villainous toy comes from Kenner's 1984 toy line, Rose Petal Place. Now, Rose Petal Place was kind of like the spiritual successor of Strawberry Shortcake. And the primary antagonist for this toy line was the villainous Nastina. Now, Nastina was a Black Widow spider that his main goal in life was to make the flowers miserable. Now, the one thing that I like about this toy is all of the limbs and its posability. I mean, it's a rarity to find a action figure, or doll in this case, that is multi-limbed and has all those points of articulation to go along with them. Sometimes they cheap out on the legs or a set of the arms, but all of these are truly posable. So I think that makes this a really awesome toy. And the body styling looks really cool with the extra legs. To help promote this toy line, they created an animated TV special. It was only a 30-minute little cartoon that introduced all the Rose Petal Place characters and Nastina. Now, they made a second movie the following year to help promote the second wave of figures, but the second wave was discontinued before it could hit the shelves, so there was only one wave ever released of Rose Petal Place. So we're going to leave this on the original commercial that featured Nastina, so here we go.
Long ago at Rose Petal Place, Orchid met Nastina, the evil spider. Dolls sold separately.
Oh no, Orchid, it's Nastina! Wait till I tiptoe through your tulips, Rose Petal. Watch out, Nastina, the sky is falling. I won't fall for that. Gotcha! That'll keep her in her place.
Rose Petal, Nastina, and Orchid dolls come with all you see here, each sold separately, new from Kenner.
Our second toy comes from the 1986 Hasbro toy line, Moondreamers. This villainess's name was Scallene. Now, Scallene was a queen that lived in the monstrous middle, which was a place between Earth and the starry up, where the Moondreamers lived. Now, Scallene never slept a wink in her life, and her main goal was to inflict that same torture on everybody that lived on Earth and the Starry Up. And she wants everybody to go without sleep. And how does she do this? With dream crystals that give people nightmares opposed to happy dreams. She accomplished this along with her minions, the sleep creeps. I think that's pretty cool. But anyway, evil Scallene came with glow-in-the-dark hair and Yawny, her little pet. And it had a short-lived cartoon that ran next to the My Little Pony cartoon in kind of a My Little Pony and Friends block that used to air. But I think this commercial probably can help sum up everything a lot better than I can. So let's check it out.
You're not dreaming, it's the Moon Dreamers.
Making sweet dreams for me and you.
You're not dreaming, it's the Moon Dreamers.
With the magical glow, your dream come true. It's Scallene, the mean dream queen. Snoozers to the rescue.
Snoozers and sleep creeps, it's so good to know.
They're all cute and fuzzy with the magical glow. Sweet dreams, snoozers.
You're not dreaming, it's the Moon Dreamers.
Moon Dreamer, Snoozers, Sleep Creeps, and Scallene sold separately.
Our third forgotten toy comes from the Kindles toy line, which was released by Ideal in 1985. Now we'll get to the Kindles in a second, but right now we're focusing on Ival. Yes, E-Y-E-V-I-L. Ival. Well, Ival came with her minion, the Ibat, which is a pretty cool little critter. Now, she was a deluxe light-up figure that had light-up eyes. Now, the rest of the Kindles came with light-up faces. And you know me, I like to remain positive about toys, but I'm just going to say Ival is actually so much more normal looking than the Kindles. Look at these things. I mean, yeah, like I said, I like to be positive, so we'll just end it there. So, Ival lives in a dark forest, and her only goal is just to eliminate all happiness. Now, the Kindles, of course, their faces light up and they bring happiness. Guess you don't really need that deep of a backstory for something like this. Now, one of the things that I noticed that I don't really think is part of the shtick, at least they don't mention it, but the tips of her cowl kind of look like eyes too, and I think that's a pretty cool way to tie everything together with the whole evil eye aspect. But yeah, I couldn't find much about the Kindles. I mean, you'd be surprised. I put in 80s toy Kindles trying to search, and all I get is Amazon Kindle results. So, don't know much about the Kindles, but they're just creepy as heck. I mean, Ival, the most normal one. I mean, no wonder she hated these little monsters. Our fourth forgotten girls' toy villain is Duchess Ravenwave, who was part of the Lady Lovelylocks toy line released by Mattel in 1987. Now, Lady Lovelylocks was created by the American Greetings subsidiary, those characters from Cleveland. So, she's within the same world as My Pet Monster, Madballs, and the like. Now, Duchess Ravenwave has wavy black hair, which is her namesake. She is the mean, jealous, cruel, stubborn, selfish, domineering, cold, and conniving ruler of Tangleland. I mean, if hair is your main thing, I guess Tangle is bad news. Hair hasn't been my thing for decades now. But anyway, her main goal is to take over Lady Lovelylocks' kingdom. And her way of doing that is to steal a piece of her hair. Very hair-centric. Very much so. But there was an animated series that ran for 10 episodes. And just to highlight what Lady Lovelylocks and Duchess Ravenwave were all about, here is a promo from the animated series.
Once upon a time, far, far away in the land of Lovelylocks, there lived a beautiful girl named Lady Lovelylocks and her friends, the Pixie Tales. In this magical land were a handsome prince, a kindly wizard, and a very jealous girl named Ravenwaves. Come into this magical world and share their adventures.
Now, our fifth and final forgotten girls' toy villain is probably the most well-known of the bunch. And she is Sour Grapes, who is part of the Strawberry Shortcake toy line, released by Kenner in 1982. Now, her only motivation is money, and she'll rob, cheat, and steal to get it. Now, her and the Purple Pie Man, who again is another famous girls' toy villain, and we'll talk about him another day, were actually partners in crime. So they were out robbing, cheating, stealing, kidnapping, what have you, all in the pursuit of money. See, that's actually a villain on this list that I can get behind. It ain't about hair, it's not about keeping people awake. It's about money. Tangible spending cash. Now, like I said, she's probably the most famous of all the villains on this list. Now, she came with her pet snake, whose name was Dregs. And an interesting little side note from the comic books released by Marvel was that she had a niece named Raisin Cane. That's pretty cool. I mean, you got the grape connection with raisins, and just Raisin Cane usually means you're up to no good, so good on them for that. Anyway, I was lucky enough to find the original commercial that featured Sour Grapes, so let's take a look at that.
With strawberry shortcake, you can fly escape from Purple Pie Man and from Sour Grapes.
Strawberry shortcake with custard can get away on the berry cycle.
Strawberry shortcake, berry cycle, and dolls with pets, each sold separately.
Hurry, here's sour grapes with Dregs and purple pie man with berry bird. Heh heh ha. Hold tight, custard. We made it. Sour grapes.
Strawberry shortcake with custard, purple pie man with berry bird, new sour grapes with dregs, and new strawberry shortcake berry cycle, each sold separately. They're from Kenner.
Okay, folks, that was a look at 5 forgotten girls' toy villains. And believe me, I am really out of my wheelhouse. So, if it seems like I'm all over the place or skipped over things that you know that I definitely don't know, I apologize. Yeah, I mean, I think girls' toys are cool, but I just don't have the practical knowledge to add anything to it. So, I'm just going by what I see, what I've learned, what I've researched. So, apologies all around if I'm missing anything or anything like that. So, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them and I love getting back to everyone. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this or any of the videos that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. If you hit that little bell icon, you'll be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thank you so much for watching. Keep being rad and stay dorky.